Millions of us have been confined to our homes for weeks. The internet has been one of the main means of escape, but criminals have adapted to this new reality at lightning speed, creating illicit and often imaginative businesses worth millions of euros. Whether it's protective equipment or a miracle cure, if you have been offered a bargain during the pandemic, you're not alone. Spam emails are just one of the main ways to scam. Placing an order can prove costly. Fake adverts for pets are another con trick that criminals have turned to. Online auction site eBay has seen an unprecedented rise in fraudulent vehicle listings to tempt browsers during lockdown. The scams are almost infinite.
We've all received WhatsApp messages or emails inviting people to make donations, perhaps to entities nobody has ever heard of, or being asked to register on the website of some well-known supermarket chain to get a discount voucher for several hundred euros.
In an effort to crack down on the fraudsters, consumer rights groups across Europe are taking action. Testachat in Belgium has created a platform to identify and report abuses. In just 1 month, it found over 400 infringements. Is there a certain type of scam that keeps cropping up?
What repeatedly comes up are price increases or exorbitant prices, especially for protective equipment, for masks and hydroalcoholic gels.
And what's the right price for a mask?
In Belgium, we're asking for the price of masks to be capped, which is absolutely not the case at present. We're calling on our government to follow what's happened in France, where the cost for surgical masks has been set at 95 cents, and in Italy at 50 cents. Here we have sometimes seen surgical masks sold for €6 each, which is totally unacceptable.
Globally, more than 40,000 domains branded high risk containing keywords such as COVID and Corona have been discovered. The Belgian consumers' rights group Testachat has published a long list of illegal or suspicious websites. Testachat has also warned against the miracle cures and implicit or explicit claims that products can prevent infection from COVID-19. Expensive essential oils like hemp oil and purported antivirals are just some of the examples. Has the European response been equal to what's actually taking place?
The difficulty, of course, is to carry out checks and put restrictions in place. We did a little test to point out 5 examples of online content that was really problematic. It took 3 weeks for 3 of these examples to be taken down, and as I speak, 2 of them are still online on Facebook.
Europe has told the big online platforms like Amazon, eBay and Facebook to remove this kind of illegal marketing from their websites. We spoke to Commissioner Didier Reynders to see how that's been going. How is the EU protecting citizens and consumers, but also public organizations targeted by these criminals during the pandemic?
We've managed to get the platforms to take down a whole series of adverts. For example, AliExpress removed 250,000 non-compliant ads. eBay, another large platform, has blocked or removed more than 15 million ads, which is significant. And with Eurojust, we were able to tackle scams targeting the public sector, notably a hospital in the Czech Republic, which was paralyzed by a cyber attack. And in Germany, we foiled a scam in which over 10 million masks were sold for 15 million euros.
But the criminals are not just going after individuals. Governments, where the stakes are much higher, have also fallen victim to cyber attack and fraud, often through the purchase of counterfeit and substandard goods. The Spanish government has come under heavy fire after it bought defective testing kits.
The purchase and commissioning of quick testing kits has been launched. It's something very important. Quick tests. We're talking about reliable tests that have been approved. This approval is very important.
Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez's declaration came after weeks of severe shortages of health equipment, but hope soon turned to despair when 58,000 kits proved unreliable.
It's true this product came with all the guarantees. It had the necessary certificate to operate in the EU. It was catalogued, specifications that met with quality standards. But we obviously did the checks when the product arrived and it was found not to have the required level of reliability, so it has been withdrawn.
At first, the Madrid government refused to disclose the Spanish distributor that bought the kits. It turns out the manufacturer, a Chinese biotechnology company, was not certified even in China. Questions are being asked how Spain's health ministry could make such a mistake.
The emergency procedure is being abused. What an emergency procedure allows you to do is to agree to a contract quickly before announcing it publicly, and then all the contract information needs to be published. What's happening here with the government is that first they didn't publish absolutely anything about any of the contracts linked with coronavirus. But it's a legal obligation. You cannot avoid it. When they started to publish information about this and other contracts, an important part of the information was still being hidden.
In the UK, over 160,000 messages suspected of being scams have been sent to the National Cybersecurity Centre. More than 1,400 links have been removed. In the town of Bracknell, a local branch of the national charity Age Concern was targeted by fraudsters after they hacked into the email system. Impersonating the chairman, they demanded an immediate bank transfer of €45,000.
It was very sophisticated. Getting an email from somebody that you work with all the time that certainly wasn't from you, very sophisticated, and it was a good job we trapped that when we did. Otherwise, there's no question of doubt that if that money had been transferred out to the charity, that would have been the end of Age Concern Bracknell Forest.
While the charity didn't fall for trap, it was a classic case of just some of scams sweeping the UK right now.
We're seeing about 3% of what we would normally get at the moment is in relation to COVID-19 cases. And when you're actually looking at specific numbers, we're talking about 1,500 offences at this time, which equates to about just over £3 million worth of loss.
Despite the efforts to stop criminals making money, COVID fraud remains high. Each one of us remains the last line of defense. As Interpol has warned, be vigilant, be skeptical, be safe.